Hey, it's Marissa from Attio. I'm going to show you the different integration action blocks that are available to use in our workflows. Attio has native integrations with Typeform, Slack, Outreach, Mixmax, and MailChimp, and we've already covered how to send and receive data from other tools in our last video using a generic HTTP request. This first example uses two integration blocks as part of the onboarding process for new customers. Our customer success team works off of a list, which is populated via a separate workflow with new workspaces that qualify for an onboarding session. The customer success team members will check this list and decide which new workspaces they will be responsible for training and helping implement their workspace setup. Once they've assigned themselves as the owner, they will then need to reach out to the team members or the users to book in an onboarding call. So the trigger is list entry command, meaning the customer success team member will manually trigger the workflow on specified list entries. For that list entry, we will loop through the associated users of the parent record, which is the workspace, and subsequently add them all one at a time to a Mixmax emailing sequence. We covered loops in detail in a previous video, so check that out for more information on how to use it. Before you can use the Mixmax block, an admin will need to set up the connection through your workspace settings. You then need to select the relevant connection and sequence and use variables to provide the user's email address and name. Mixmax is one of 3 emailing tools that we integrate with, and you can replicate similar workflows with the other 2, Outreach and MailChimp. The next block is the update list entry, and this is outside of the loop as we no longer need to loop through all of the users. We'll update the stage to show that we have reached out to offer a call, and we'll also add the date that we added them to the Mixmax sequence. To ensure we're successfully connecting with every customer, the workflow then waits 10 days before confirming that the team booked a meeting with the customer. So if the status is still booking offered, we'll use another integration block, this time sending a message to a Slack channel to alert the relevant team member to follow up. Again, an admin will need to set up your Slack integration beforehand, and then you just need to choose the relevant workspace and channel before adding in your message and any variables. You can also format the message using Slack formatting guides. So for example, you can add asterisks for bold text and underscores for italic text. The next workflow uses a different Slack integration block, which allows you to send actions to a Slack channel. Slack actions are essentially buttons that when clicked will kick off further actions within your workflow. Here is a workflow that is triggered when a new deal is created in the lead stage. In order to firstly bring this lead to the sales team's attention, and secondly to ensure it's triaged correctly, we're using variables to send key information about the deal and the company it's associated to. We're then inputting the action options. Here I have 4. I have 1 to triage leads to Zev, 1 to triage leads to myself, 1 to mark leads as disqualified, and a final 1 to mark leads as already being in the pipeline. So this message will be sent to Slack and it will look something like this. And here you can see it has the body of the message and then a button for each of the action. Your Attio workflow will remain paused after the message has sent until someone selects one of the action options in Slack. If Zev or I click on our respective buttons, then the deal owner will be updated and the deal stage will be changed to contacted, as the next action is adding that person into an email sequence to find out more information about their requirements and to book in a call. Leads that are marked as unqualified or in pipeline in Slack will have their deal stage updated to unqualified or duplicate in Attio, and no further action will be taken from the sales team. Additionally, we have 3 integration triggers. Outreach triggers to trigger a workflow anytime a contact is added to a sequence or the state of a sequence is changed, and then a Typeform trigger to trigger a workflow anytime a new form response is received. We've run through examples of the Typeform trigger in our triggers video, as well as the record and list and AI videos. And that's an overview of Attio's integration blocks, which allow you to send messages or actions to Slack and add people to email sequences in Outreach, Mixmax, and MailChimp.